Okay, so this is the Foundation portfolio, the pitch presentation. This is Group 106, Group B. Over to you guys.
Well, our film's called Runner, and the synopsis is basically about an everyday psychology student called Michael Mason, but recently his father passed away and they don't have a very good relationship, so the guilt from that's kind of haunting him. So his life's normal, he's going out with his friends, he's studying, until July 14th, 2013, when loads of explosives, crates of toxic material and weaponry are found in his home. But the worst thing is, they're all with delivery details in his name. So it's framing him. So he enlists the help of his grandfather, and he discovers that his entire life was just a complete lie. And whether he likes it or not, the truth's going to be forced on him. He's alone, scared, and trapped by some unknown villain. So he tries desperately to untangle the web of lies that encircle his life and find out the truth about his father.
So we need to think of a unique selling point for it, and we thought because it's not really a typical spy film, that it would appeal to the youth market, and as it's fast-paced and exciting, obviously youth market people will like that.
Hi, well, the Equilibrium is, well, he's a uni student, so it's immediately adapted to his life. Even though his father's just died, that's the norm at the beginning of the film. So, yeah, that would be what he's used to. And then the disequilibrium starts when he comes back to his flat being with loads of weaponry and all the stuff in his name, and yeah, and then he obviously he'll be really worried and upset or whatever, and yeah, that's when stuff kicks off.
We were influenced by Eagle Eye. Pretty much the same thing happens to him. We thought it would be good for our story. Obviously we're not going to totally copy it, but we like that part. And also that he was just like a normal person, just thrown into it, not like a wannabe hero. And in Marathon Man, he's kind of paying for what his dad did. So we wanted to use that and the Eagle Eye thing kind of put together.
In the New Equilibrium, at the end of the film, him and Michael and his love interest, they arrange a confrontation with the villain, and they both kill him, and then they're back to normal-ish life. That's when form.
For Mise en Scène, our locations were going to be things that kind of went with the theme of the strange happening in an abnormal area. No, the abnormal happening in a normal area. So we've got a college scene. These photos of Barding College. I'm sure you all have seen it before. The student's house would be simply furnished and just typical of an everyday student's home. Untidy, but not disorganised. And the grandfather's house would be full of books to show he has an excess of knowledge and he's the one who's helping Michael get through. The cafe is where the main confrontation is. It's where Michael meets the villain, and the cue is Leaks into Props is that Nirvana starts to play, because that running theme is Nirvana stickers, like this is the face, are left at the scene of every crime. So at the bottom of the explosives, there are loads of those stickers. The alley is where the chase would lead, and the characters would fight and kill the villain. This is going back to the Nirvana stickers. These would be used to represent the abnormal in everyday life, so you start associating them with everything bad that happens, like gas being left on to kill him and stuff like that. And also the stickers are used by the villain mainly. So yeah, going back to books, they're in the grandfather's house, just showing an excess of knowledge. And to do the radioactive boxes, you just get cardboard boxes and just put stickers on them. Onto costume, the hero would be mimicking an everyday student, so he'd be wearing shirts and jeans and all that kind of stuff. For the villain, his clothes would be smart, well tailored, just to represent how wealthy he is. And also the colours would consist of greys and blacks, just to kind of let him blend in. And on to marketing.
And obviously, realistically, we wouldn't have a big budget. So to be able to market the film, we could do stuff like put it on social networking sites, or go to local cinemas rather than the big chains like Odeon, and ask them if we could pay them a small sum of money to have our film being played, rather than releasing it with other big blockbusters, because there'd be really big competition, which means we wouldn't be able to compete. And also, you could go to film festivals where more independent films are being played, so then you have more chance of other people seeing your film and maybe getting more rep from it. Yeah, these are some of the films, the big blockbusters, and obviously we can compete with films like this and how much money they earned. Yeah. Yeah, like I mentioned.
So yeah, basically it's fast paced and it's got a lot of action, and it should hopefully appeal to the youth market. And using the unsuspecting hero as a perfect example of a resistant protagonist common in the thriller genre.
Questions? Silence. Okay, so your hero is kind of the unsuspecting
Yeah.
hero. He's not sure about what's going on. Where does the runner element come into it?
Because, well, it's two aspects. One, because a runner, in film terms, is someone who's quite low down on the food chain. And it's often students who's starting out and getting experience, so that links to that aspect. And also literally, so he's going to be running around a lot. And it's quite fast paced.
In terms of chasing?
Yeah.
Okay, well, you thought that through, that's good. And you said that he's this grandfather thing. I'm not quite sure. You've got this kind of old wise owl grandfather figure. What's his role within that? I wasn't sure about.
Well, it's sort of like, because his dad had a life as, say, a spy or something to do with that kind of stuff. Then his grandfather knew everything about it, but as someone wasn't close to his dad, he didn't know anything, so he'd been living his life normally up until the point where his dad died. And his dad might have made someone angry in the past, and then he's coming back for him. So he'd have to go to his grandfather, and his grandfather has to tell everything about his dad's actual life, and then that's when he finds out that he's been living a lie for us.
His grandfather's the only living family member he has. His mum's already passed away before, but you don't know about that. You don't know how it happened. You just know she's dead. And so he's the only person he had, and then he wasn't really close with him. But then he has to find help because he's like, something's going on. I need help from the family.
Okay, so would you say that one of your unique selling points is that he's just an ordinary guy?
Yeah.
And people can relate to that and how he then becomes this, whatever he becomes.
Yeah. Oh no, I'm struggling.
Okay, well, Gino.
Why the Nirvana stickers?
The Nirvana stickers actually just happened because we thought,
Well, Nirvana means
enlightenment.
yeah, and then we thought that because of what it means, it'd be contradicting it to have the stickers, and then obviously because you wouldn't be enlightened by the situation you're in, it's just
Yeah, and also because it's a band, it's common with students, people do listen to them. And also the music itself is quite
eerie and
scary,
loud.
loud.
The lyrics are
intense.
Yeah.
So we wanted we just want, and also the face isn't exactly it's not a nice thing to look at, it's not something you think, oh, that's really cute.
I think Gino's kind of asking, is it kind of a MacGuffin then, or is it actually central to your antagonist?
Yeah, it's more central to the antagonist because it's more a clue to who he is, rather than it has a mystery behind it, and then
It's just the villain kind of toying with him, because it's just kind of a way so that the audience can distinguish things, and like if they, because one of it actually links in really well with the final confrontation, because when he goes into the cafe to meet the villain, Nirvana starts playing, and that would kind of be like a little hint as to what's about to happen next. So it's just like an ongoing thing.
And who would you base your character on? Who?
Like our main character,
Yeah.
Jerry Shaw in our influences, and the guy from Arab and that. Those two kind of combined.
Okay. Any other questions? Okay, thank you. I don't think we clapped the previous group. Except for none.